Okay, let's take a little breather from our techniques, and let me just tell you about this just super cool film that you should know about. Um, this is a short French film. It was made, I'm not even sure, probably the early 70s, maybe mid 70s, I think. Um, it is called C'était un rendezvous. That means this is a rendezvous, or this is a meetup. This is a meeting, or something like that. This is a very kind of famous movie in kind of art circles, I guess. What happens in this movie is um, the director, whose name is Claude Lelouch, he made this film, and what he did is he got in a car in Paris, and he just ripped through Paris. Just went really fast through the entire of Paris with a camera strapped to the hood of his very fast car. So you can read all kinds of stuff about this. There have been people that have tried to recreate this, and they've gone to jail. I heard once that they tried to arrest him after this movie came out. They didn't catch him when they made it, but like they tried to prosecute him for things that he does in this movie, like speeding and running like hundreds of red lights. I don't know if that's true or not. That might just have been a rumor. So there's kind of there's not really a plot to the movie, but there kind of is. At the very end, there's like kind of something that happens, and you're like, oh, that's cute. But really, I think the motivation for this movie, my guess, is that he just kind of wanted to see if he could do it, see if he could get away with it. So it's very early in the morning, so the traffic is low, pedestrians are low, and also the light is low. It's kind of hard to see some of what's going on because the sun has just come up, and I'm assuming that he has done that so that he has the least chance of hurting anyone, including himself. But he does it. He gets away with it. So he's just ripping through the streets of Paris. Now, the sound in this movie is awesome. I love it. What you're going to hear is no music. There is a version of this floating around on the internet that has like a jazz soundtrack, and I hate it. The sound that you hear in this is just the sound of his engine just going. It's so cool because you can just hear every gear shift, and it's got this really loud engine. People know what kind of car he was using. I don't know anything about cars, so I'm not even going to try to say, but you can find that out. It's just really intense. So I really wouldn't want to put a soundtrack on this because I think the sound of just his engine is perfect. But for the purposes of this class, let's try to put a soundtrack on it because it's all just him ripping through the streets going really fast. And what we're working on would work really well in this. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to play you this whole thing all the way through just because you should see it. It's just really cool. It's called C'était un rendezvous. It's by Claude Lelouch. At the very beginning, you see this plate that we're seeing here on the screen. And what this says is this film has been created without without shortening or accelerating it, meaning it's been made in real time. He didn't speed anything up. He didn't do any edits. It's all one take. So think about that while you're watching this, and promise me you will not try to recreate this in your city. You can read a lot more about this film. There's been tons of stuff written on it. There's another film just about this film being made. It's only about 8 minutes, and it's really wild. So turn your put on some headphones, crank it up, and just listen to this engine sound, and then we'll try to put a score on it. So let's break to a new video, and then I'm just going to play you this whole thing, and then we'll get back to working on writing the music for it.